I thought in the first half they were the superior team. I thought they killed us in the first half, to be quite honest. We did well to pull the goal back, but then we gave the goal up, and I think it's a game tonight that we really lost probably in the first 20 minutes of the game because they were able to press us and disrupt our rhythm, and they were just more aggressive and quicker than we were. The second half then was a complete turnaround. I think the second half was our game. I thought we turned the pressure up on them. We started creating turnovers from them. We started winning the ball back, and then we started creating chances. But now you're down a goal, so we couldn't find the goal to equalize. We got close a couple of times. We tried to put shots through a bunch of people off corners and things, got deflections, but nothing really fell for us. But I was pleased with our response in the second half and our attitude in the second half, and that's the way we've got to play. If we play like we play in the first half, then we won't go very far. But if we come out and play like we played in the second half, we'll be okay.
It seemed like in the second half you guys were kind of putting a lot of balls over the top. Was that by design? Was that something that was just what they were giving you?
Obviously they put a lot of pressure in midfield. It's a little bit of what they were giving us, but we were just doing a better job of running off the ball. And so then, when those spaces are there, we still got some balls onto the flanks. I think we could have gotten a few more maybe onto the flank at times, but we still were whipping in an awful lot of crosses. We were getting balls into dangerous positions. But the big change was just our aggression and our attitude in the second half.
You sort of call this a measuring stick game. What concerns you about the result in the first half?
Well, I think it's a great game from the standpoint that I'm glad it happened now, and not 6 weeks from now. So, we need to take the lesson from this game that we cannot play like we played in the first half, that we need to play like we played in the second half. And, if we get that out of this game, and so fine, okay, they win the Supporter Shield, they finish first or whatever, it doesn't matter. The playoffs, once we get there, we need to avoid, obviously fourth or fifth. But once we're in the playoffs, it's a home game and an away game. And we gotta win our home game, and we gotta, get a result on the away game, and we advance. Doesn't matter whether that game's first or whether that game's second. But what matters is our attitude. And if we learn something tonight, in terms of how we need to approach that and what attitude we need to have, then tonight was a very successful game for us.
Sammy Cho's production today, performance. Compared to what Dave Johnson would have done had he been eligible.
No, I thought Sammy played well. We talk about the guys who are on the field, and I thought Sammy on the field did well. He was obviously integral in terms of getting the assist on our first goal, and I think he did a good job of trying to hold up the ball. Was dangerous on a number of occasions, and I thought he fought and battled for the team.
How is Ion?
He's got I don't know, quad, groin, adductor, I don't know. He's got something.
Thoughts on Steve Zakuani's first goal in 17 minutes?
Obviously great for Steve to, get a goal, all those things, all those little things as they keep happening, getting an assist, getting a goal, all those continue to build his confidence and will help propel him as he continues to improve, get forward, get, fitter. And get used to the intensity of the game again.
Did you not hear a step call from Sperning on that second goal? It seemed like he was the guy that kept Wondolowski off.
Yeah, he needs to move off the post. He kept him on side, but it was a bad corner to give away. You can't give away soft corners, and the soft corner resulted in the goal. So if you don't give away the corner, then the goal doesn't happen. But once that happens, if he steps off the post, I think the guy's offsides inside. And maybe it changes things.
Do you feel to put Martinez and the minute 80 was a little too late?
Well, we made some changes, beforehand. We thought Estrada was somebody that could give us something with his energy, and he came close with a couple of chances, a couple of shots. Martinez played 90 on Wednesday, and so we made the change when we thought it was right. You look back on it and you say maybe you should have done a little earlier. Those are things that, I'll always evaluate the next day and look at and think about.
Can you talk a little bit about David's
I thought it was good. I mean, David always comes out and plays with energy and gives you that. And, I thought he did a good job. I thought his touch was pretty good. He laid some good balls off. He connected passes, and he was dangerous.
We're surprised they took off Bellucci and Dawkins so early in the second half.
I really can't tell why he did that. That's obviously he knows his decisions as to why he makes them. I know they had a game Wednesday. Dawkins played a lot of minutes. Maybe they had, an injury or something. Who knows?
In that first half, San Jose used a very aggressive defense throughout the field. How does Seattle need to adapt to that in the future?
We need to play like we played in the second half. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious. I don't think they went out there in the second half and said, okay, let's change how we're going to play. Let's drop back now, and this worked for us in the first half, so let's not use it in the second half. I think they came out with the same attitude in the second half, and for sure in the first 10 minutes wanted to do the same, but we counteracted it because our energy was better. We pressured them. We reacted quicker to the turnovers because the sport's a turnover sport. And, teams that react well to turnovers are teams that are more successful. And we didn't react well to turnovers in the first half, and we reacted much better in the second half.
That first goal, seemed like you guys were, defense was completely flat-footed.
I thought we should have not got stuck with the ball right in front of our bench. We had talked about not letting Dawkins get inside to his right foot. We gave him a chance to run and tee it up, and he hits a great shot. So, again, it was a goal that, that I think shouldn't have happened because we shouldn't have gotten stuck with the ball and lost it in front of the bench, and then we needed to defend it much better once we did.
In all likelihood, if you're going to get to the MLS Cup, you'd probably have to go through San Jose. I mean, you're 0-3 against them in the regular season. You have the win in the Open Cup. I mean, do you feel like you match up with them? Do you think that's a little deceiving, the record?
Yeah, I mean, everything is relative, and all what matters in the playoffs is how you do in the playoff games. And, in all my years of coaching, there's times where a team gives you a hard time, and then all of a sudden you're able to turn it around in the playoffs. Obviously, they're a very confident team right now. They're full of energy. They're playing well, and they believe in what they're doing. And, and they've had good results, and they've done well. But, the playoffs become a different animal, and we see what happens there. So all our games with them have been close. None of the games have been games where, with the exception of the first half tonight, where I thought they dominated us in the first half, but I think we equally dominated them in the second half. But with the exception of that, I don't think the games have been ones where you could say, oh, they were all over you or you were all over them. They're competitive games, and we see how the results turn out if we run into each other in the playoffs.
Sigi, I know you're not making excuses. You have Eddie out, Rosales out with injury. If this is a playoff game, does Rosales go?
That's something that, we have to play the guys who are healthy, right now. And, and Eddie was suspended and with yellow cards. But, I don't think it was one individual that resulted in our play in the first half. I think that was a team effort in the first half, and it was a team effort in the second half. And one player or two isn't going to make a difference. We would have been overrun in the first half if we played the way we played with Eddie Johnson and with Rosales on the field. Because even if those two guys would have played with energy, we didn't have enough energy from the other guys.
Have you been caught up on the other scores, Salt Lake and LA, and during the vacation, you guys dropping down to fourth place?
Yeah, but they have games in hand on us as well. So we just need to make sure, we win games. I mean, we can sit there and say the sky is falling, but I don't think it's falling yet.
In that second half in Barrage, you had like maybe about 6 or 7 straight corners, but almost no shots and goals. Is that mostly because San Jose central defenders were so good, or is that just bad luck?
I mean, you try and put pressure on, you try and create opportunities off those corners. They had a lot of bodies in front of the goal. I mean, we were close, but obviously today it didn't go in.
What's the mood in the locker room? What's the mood about the guys in the locker room right now?
Guys are disappointed because they know they didn't play a good first half.
Schiffer looked like he may have picked up a bit of a knock there. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he gutted through it. A lot of guys would have probably came off, but he pushed through it.
He'll decide if Hanneman goes tomorrow.
I mean, it's something we're still talking about, but I doubt it.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app featuring live audio, matchday blog and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.